Alright, so here's this is Vincent for my hard surfaces portion of my diorama project. I come uploading this not as much. I'm uploading this in a state I really wish wouldn't have to, but due to extenuating circumstances, I just gotta go along with it. So for my diorama here, I have all three of them: my block out phase, my likeness phase, and then finally the subdivision surfaces portion, which I have yet to complete. So for my so for the first part, naturally the block out section is mostly just about trying to get the storytelling aspect down, which I think I did an alright job at, setting up the scene of a cult being raided. As you can see, naturally the layout of the scene already tells you that some type of conflict has gone by. As when we zoom in, you'll see you'll see these shells on the ground scattered across. Naturally, the place is in disarray, and then finally some like a tear gas. Unfortunately, a small issue I ran into. I accidentally did some of the changes for likeness on my block out before I copied everything over and then did the block out as the likeness as it should be. But I did increment the file before doing this, so there is an untouched version of my block out as it should be, where like these apples, they're very much still just spheres, or like that book or this podium still simply just select the same block out shapes they start off as. For the likeness, of course, simply getting the shapes to look closer to what they're supposed to be. For the apples, they have dents in them, like where the stem would come out of. For this speaker, the legs aren't just little pegs coming out, but isn't like just one solid stick, and multiple pegs coming out of it. And as for my subdivision surfaces, I unfortunately, due to technical errors out of my control with basically people cutting my internet, I couldn't fully complete the subdivisions process, but I did get a few objects down, such as with my incense burner on the counter frame. That I made sure to, I applied the subdivision surface modifier onto it, make sure that the cross actually held its shape. And on top of that, for the sphere, I gave it this nice little indent for the lip, as it's meant to be a incense burner. So that's supposed to be the lip where where you could open it up. As I've added, as well as these medication bottles, which which initially were just two cylinders stacked on top of each other, then transitioned into then in the likeness phase it was like a cylinder on top of like a cylinder that's kind of a bit different. As for my subdivision surfaces overall, aside from basically being left with like not enough time to do everything, when it came to my process, simply just getting the usual holding edges and beveling and holding it and adding holding edges to my objects more often than not got the job done, as I was able to keep the shape as it was before, but with subdivision added. As you've already seen with the cross here, pill bottle, including the syringe object. And for the piano, the one thing that did give me a bit of a struggle, but so far I've gone mostly through it, but I still need some more effort, is the piano. As you can see here, I basically made like the part with the keys separate from the body before attaching them. And here I'd made the keys down here, and then these are supposed to be like the extra black keys that are on the piano, but I haven't finished after the subdivision was applied, so the shape is still off on them, so I still have to fix that for the rest of the keys. But you can still see one of them like most of the way there. But yeah, so for the layout, going back to what the theme is supposed to be, here we have like a cult compound more or less. There's chapel, and that which is like the reason why there's still just crosses and Christianity imagery used is because the fact pulling from some other real life cults, a usual pipeline that they would use, or more specific, the ones that I used for this were like the Branch Davidians or the People's Church, or the ones like, or the people behind Jonestown, which was and basically to go off of that, the usual pipeline used is the more or less use like is the like stage from like Christianity as like their opening point, or more or less the frame of familiarity that people are then drawn into. So plenty of times these churches still carry a lot of Christian imagery and themes as their base, as like they springboard off of that, like starting as simply a regular church before devolving into what occasionally happens to them, like those two incidents. Which is also why we include stuff like the apple as the storytelling here is we have like a SWAT team breaking in as as this cult is about to perform that, like another incident similar to Jonestown with the cyanide bottle syringe and a whole lot of apples for everyone, like in the Bible, referring to the forbidden apple. Overall, I really wish I could have done more for this, but I really, like, I really couldn't have expected like my internet to just get cut like that and leave me kind of stranded trying to figure this out. So, since it kind of just built up out of nowhere with the internet's not working, I'll just have to cram it a bit tomorrow. They got here, but they still can't fix it. Fine, I guess I'll just have to work a lot on Wednesday. Still, they cannot fix it on Wednesday. Oh my god, all just building up like that. Because it's I wish I could have just left the house, but like technicians needed to be able to get access to the cable box. They needed to be able to inspect the rest of the house to make sure what the problem actually was. And when they did figure it out, naturally it was like a lengthy process for them to then have to to then finally get around to fixing it. So with that out of the way, I at least hope I can update this video in my post and get more of it done before it's graded, but just gonna have to do my best the rest of the season, like the rest of the semester, I guess.